Loan Protection Plan Product Knowledge Training for Distributors. Enhanced Term Loans. Module 1 of 3. What is the Loan Protection Plan? Loan protection is an optional credit insurance package that is purchased by a customer with respect to a specific loan. This insurance is purchased separately and could provide benefits up to the outstanding amount remaining on a customer's loan in the event of a claim. A customer can take steps to help protect themselves and their family in the event that they experience certain unexpected life events. With the optional loan protection plan, the loan payments and/or outstanding principal balance may be covered if the customer experiences involuntary unemployment, total disability, or even loss of life. The Loan Protection Plan is underwritten by Canadian Premier Life Insurance Company, and all benefits are paid to the lender, creditor, to reduce or eliminate the obligations of the personal loan agreement. The following presentation will walk you through the coverage and exclusions of the optional Loan Protection Plan. It is important you have a strong understanding of the product so you can knowledgeably speak to your customers about the features and benefits so the customer may make an informed decision. Coverage Overview. The Optional Loan Protection Plan, LPP, for enhanced term loans offers coverage for loss of life, total disability, and involuntary unemployment. The applicant must be over the age of 18 and under the age of 66 on the date they apply, and coverage ends on the insured person's 66th birthday. Here, you can see the specific coverage for each one of the features of the LPP, including the benefit details and maximum benefits payable. Who is eligible for the Loan Protection Plan? Only customers with an obligation under a loan agreement with the lender, creditor, are eligible to enroll in the Loan Protection Plan. To be eligible, the customer must be a resident of Canada on the date of application, be a natural person, be under the age of 66 at the date they apply, have a loan that does not exceed $50,000 and does not have a repayment term of greater than 84 months. Have a term of insurance that, when added to your age, does not exceed 65, and be able to perform the usual duties of their livelihood. When does coverage begin? If a customer qualifies for and purchases the optional Loan Protection Plan, the insurance coverage will begin on the earlier of the date of the loan agreement or the date the lender, creditor, advances funds. Coverage cannot exceed the term of the loan. When does coverage end? Coverage automatically terminates on the earliest of the following dates: the date the debt owed to the lender, creditor, is paid in full or discharged; the date of repossession by the lender, creditor, of the property which constitutes security for the debt, as applicable; the date the property which constitutes security for the debt is the subject of an order by or judgment of a court, as applicable; the termination date of insurance shown on the schedule and certificate of insurance. The date Canadian Premier Life Insurance Company receives written notice of cancellation signed by the insured debtor. The date of death of an insured person, except where the death benefit is not payable. The date an insured person reaches 66 years of age. The date that the underlying loan contract to which this schedule and certificate of insurance was issued is terminated or altered in any way. The date the insurance payments to the administrator falls 60 days in arrears, which is comprised of a 30-day late payment period and an additional 30-day grace period. Coverage detail: life. The death benefit will be equal to the outstanding balance less payments in arrears on the date of death and will only be paid if the insured person dies before their 66th birthday. The maximum life insurance benefit with respect to all insured indebtedness for any customer is $50,000. The death benefit will not be paid if the cause of death resulted directly or indirectly from any of the exclusions listed in the policy. Coverage detail: total disability. The total disability benefit will be the lesser of the monthly amount insured, or $1,000, and will only be paid if the insured person suffers a total disability before their 66th birthday and remains totally disabled through the waiting period. The waiting period for total disability may be retroactive and is indicated on the schedule and certificate of insurance. The total disability benefit will not be paid if the total disability resulted directly or indirectly from any of the exclusions listed in the policy. The maximum total benefit is the lesser of the following amounts: 6 monthly benefit payments, $6,000 per insured account. Coverage detail: involuntary unemployment. The involuntary unemployment benefit will be equal to the lesser of the monthly amount insured, or $1,000, and will only be paid if the insured person was an employed person, was employed continuously, and involuntary unemployment commenced while coverage was in force for more than 90 days after the effective date of insurance, and involuntary unemployment continued throughout the waiting period, and involuntary unemployment did not result from one or more of the events listed in the exclusions, and the insurer receives satisfactory proof of claim within 90 days after involuntary unemployment commenced. The waiting period for involuntary unemployment may be retroactive and is indicated on the schedule and certificate of insurance. The maximum total benefit is the lesser of the following amounts: 6 monthly benefit payments, $6,000 per insured account. As a condition of payment of involuntary unemployment benefits, the insured person whose involuntary unemployment is the basis of the claim for such benefits must submit an application for unemployment benefits under the Employment Insurance Act immediately upon being eligible to do so, and be eligible to collect benefits under the Employment Insurance Act, and be actively seeking employment during the period of involuntary unemployment, and submit copies of their weekly stubs from benefit payments received under the Employment Insurance Act, and provide a copy of the record of employment showing loss of employment. Waiting periods. The insured person must be continuously disabled throughout the waiting period, 14 days, before they are eligible to receive benefits. After the waiting period, the benefits are calculated retroactive to the date of disability. Are pre-existing illnesses covered? A pre-existing condition means any injury, sickness, mental illness, nervous disorder, or any other condition for which medical advice, consultation, diagnosis, or treatment was received or recommended by a physician, or for which a reasonable person would have sought or received medical advice, consultation, diagnosis, or treatment from or by a physician during the 12 months immediately prior to the date insurance begins. Coverage for existing health conditions is limited. If a claim is made within the first 90 days of coverage, and it is due to a pre-existing illness or condition, it will not be paid. This limitation does not apply if death, injury, critical illness, or sickness commences after the insured person has been continuously insured under this coverage for 90 days. If a claim occurs within the first 90 days of coverage and it is determined that it is not related to a pre-existing condition, the claim will be processed according to the certificate of insurance. General exclusions. We do not pay benefits under this insurance if death, total disability, or involuntary unemployment resulted directly or indirectly from a pre-existing condition, not applicable if death, injury, or sickness commences more than 3 months after the date insurance begins. War, an act of terrorism or participation in a riot or civil commotion. Intentional self-inflicted injury or illness. Participation in a criminal act or any attempt to commit a criminal offense. Substance abuse unless participating in a rehabilitation program deemed appropriate by the insurer and commenced during the waiting period. Operation of any motorized vehicle or vessel with a blood alcohol level in excess of the legal limit in the jurisdiction of the offense. Use of illegal or illicit drugs or substances, or misuse of medication obtained with or without prescription. Travel in or descent from any kind of aircraft except as a fare-paying passenger with no duties whatsoever on a commercial flight. Exclusions. Total disability. No benefit shall be payable for the total disability of an insured person if such disability results directly or indirectly from cosmetic or elective surgery, pregnancy other than physical or life-threatening complications thereof. Exclusions. Involuntary unemployment. No benefit shall be payable for involuntary unemployment of an insured person if such involuntary unemployment results directly or indirectly from involuntary unemployment beginning within a period of 3 months following the effective date of insurance. Retirement or early retirement or receipt of retirement benefits under the Canada or Quebec pension plans. Voluntary resignation. Childbirth, abortion, pregnancy, or miscarriage. Deception, fraud, criminal conduct, conflict of interest, willful misconduct, or refusal to perform the regular duties of one's position. Lockout or strike. Self-employment. Failure to be re-elected as or termination of one's duties as an elected municipal, provincial, or federal official. Any staff reduction program announced by an employer prior to the effective date of insurance. Any layoff which includes either in a general or specific manner the position of an insured person and which is initiated prior to the effective date of insurance. Involuntary unemployment pursuant to notice of possible involuntary unemployment provided prior to the effective date of insurance. Expiry of a contract of employment for a fixed term. Any total disability occurring while insurance is in force and for which a valid claim may be made under the Total Disability Insurance section. Definitions. Total disability means either if the insured person is an employed person, that as an insured person they are not able to perform for compensation or profit, directly or indirectly as a result of injury or sickness, the duties of their own occupation. If the insured person is not an employed person, that, due to injury or sickness, is not able to wholly and continuously perform 2 or more of the activities of daily living without the assistance of another person and has been certified as so by a physician satisfactory to the insurer, and they are not employed directly or indirectly in any occupation. Employed person means either on the effective date of insurance, the insured person was actively working for at least 25 hours per week for the 30 consecutive working days prior to the effective date of insurance, or on the effective date of insurance, the insured person was a seasonal employee and had worked at least 25 hours per week for 13 consecutive weeks in the 12 months prior to the effective date of insurance. Or the insured person was employed continuously and was able to perform the regular duties of their occupation during the qualifying period. Employed continuously means that the insured person was employed on a full-time basis, at least 25 hours per week for the same employer other than themselves. If the insured person changes employers during the qualifying period, and the gap between the two employers is less than 2 weeks, Then, for the purposes of determining the qualifying period, the two employers shall be considered the same employer. Activities of daily living means dressing, feeding, using a toilet, transferring, getting in and out of bed or a chair, and mobilizing, walking or using a wheelchair. Qualifying period means 6 consecutive months of continuous employment prior to the date that total disability or involuntary unemployment commences. Congratulations! You have now completed the Loan Protection Plan Module 1, Product Knowledge. You will now be presented with a quiz covering the material in this module. Once the quiz has been completed with a 100% score, please proceed to the next training module in this series, Module 2, Sales, followed by Module 3, Claims, to complete your Loan Protection Plan training.